Guys, welcome back to another episode of Wisconsin Fisherman. My name's Kyle. I want to show you my brand new 2021 Alumacraft Competitor 185. Let's get started right up front. So on here, guys, I got a Minn Kota Altera. This has got the spot lock, it's got link, it'll talk to the graphs, but that's a total accessory from whether you want an Altera that automatically sets down or a Trego or power drive. There's lots of them out there. I chose the Altera because sometimes I guide people and it's nice to just sit in the back and power it down. I don't have to lay a finger on it besides turning it on. From there, we have our first compartment storage right up front. This is basically going to be, tuck some wires in there and whatnot. Also, you have your front navigation light, which goes right here. We have a cup holder up front, and then we're going to work our way back. We have compartment here. This has just got, I got some rope and stuff in here, nothing, too spectacular. This is my docking line. I kind of always leave it like that. Here's another storage compartment. I got the foot pedal for the Altera in case the remote ever goes bad. I got the foot pedal. Here's an anchor in that one. And then we get back to this side. This is kind of life jackets, charger, just more compartment, which is nice, really nice. The one thing, this kind of stuff on a hot day, this stuff just peels and it kind of sags off of there. This is the vinyl floor from Alumacraft as well. Really nice. I'm really liking it. On like a 90-degree day, it does get a little hot, but you don't really have to worry about it. I mean, I always wear Crocs or bare feet sometimes with water on your feet. Next compartment over here is the front live well. Honestly, I haven't even put a fish in my front live well. I use the back one by me all the time, so I kind of just when your live well goes, you have these little turnies right here. That's how you let the water in, or plug it so the water doesn't come in or out. I'm gonna probably clean it up and use it as a storage compartment, just dry storage. Moving back, you got a compartment on each side of your center rod storage. This is gonna be, I got rod holder in here, chips, some goggles over in this one, some plastics for fishing, and then we have the center rod storage. So this holds 8 rods just standardly, but I got 11 in there, so some of them are double stacked, and if it works. I mean, they're a little tight, but you can, like this one here, it's pushed way up front. Underneath our rods, there's a tray here that pulls out. That tray, when that tray pulls out, we have 2 deep cycle batteries. Those are 24 volt for that system. The 185 Competitor, you can order it with a 3-bank system, so 36 volts, and it will have 3 battery slots in it if you want to run 3 like that. Another cup holder over here, handles for people, if you're going across the lake, they're sitting up here, they can hold on here or here, along with a chair, more handles over here and there and there. This is a cool little compartment. I kind of just use it for, I got a trash bag in here and then boat bumpers. It goes up to about yay, and it's not too deep, so it's kind of hard to get stuff in here, but if it's just small stuff, you can just get it right in. My next favorite part about this boat is the cooler. Yeah, it's got a built-in cooler. Who doesn't like that? So we got our stuff with water. I don't have any ice in it right now, but it's nice on a hot day when there is ice in there. Coming back to like the operator station, we have master power, navigation, lights, aerator, bilge pump, horn, accessories, radio, gauges for the motor. Pretty simple. And then under here we do have pull-out drawers, which are nice. I kind of got some tools and stuff in here, a scale, some chargers. You have a drawer underneath. This is kind of snack drawer, extra random stuff. And then behind the graphs, which is kind of cool, so this piece here is actually meant to be lifted up and put away, but I have a 12 and a 9, and it's a little hard to put them away. So I just got some extra tackle boxes in here and more things of plastics, and I usually don't tuck this away, but it's meant to be lifted. Hey, look at that, and hyper rattle. It's meant to be lifted up and basically put away, which is kind of cool. If you're running like a Helix 7 or 5, those do fit in there. And there's a little spot that's cut out right here for your wires to come through. So this here is the kind of battery compartment storage. You probably could fit another battery right here, but I use this to just put some random stuff in there, why not. And then we have the rear live well. This is you know, pretty simple. It's just I think it's an 18-gallon live well. Ooh, and speaking of gallons, this boat has a 34 gallon fuel tank. It is 96 inches wide. And then Alumacraft has this really cool thing called the Alumacraft clamp. And I'm gonna show you that. And what it is when you buy a boat like this, it usually comes with a couple of these. Now, they don't have the holes in them. I drilled it out already. But what this does is it mounts to the side railing of the boat. And yeah, usually the bigger boats come with a couple of them. Trying to do this one-handed here. But anyways, what this does is it drops down around the edge of the railing, and then you can tighten it up. And this slides up and down the boat. Pretty sweet. So then you take your standard rod holder, you mount your rod holder onto here, and then it's always fixed, just like what I have right here. So I have a rod holder on here. We got this here. We can slide it up and down, which is really nice. That's one of my favorite parts. I mean, this boat is my favorite. Ooh, let's talk about the radio. So the radio is awesome. I got, you know, just 2 speakers. Got some waves coming here, but the radio FM frequencies are horrible. If you want to turn on a station and be 2 minutes away from the radio station, it might pick it up, but I've been on multiple lakes with the standard radio on and it does not pick up nothing, which is unfortunate, but it's got the Bluetooth, so you just pull out your phone and play music from your phone and it works perfect. From there, we can talk about the graphs. This is a Humminbird Helix 12. This is a Helix 9, which is not on right now because I think it's waterlogged. It had a little bit of water dripping out of it. Not good. But the motor, a lot of people in my last video, on my last 165 competitor I had, they asked me about troll down mode. This motor does have trolled up and down, and we will troll with it. I'll show you how slow it goes. I have a 17 pitch prop on here. Alumacraft recommended a 15 pitch, which is a little bit down, and my RPMs were kind of bouncing really high, so I went up in pitch to decrease my RPMs of the motor. And that seemed to help out quite a bit. So this is a 17 by, I believe it's 13.5 is the radius of it, diameter, whatnot. I think that about covers the boat. What did I miss, guys? Did I miss anything? Oh, it's got lights. I mean, it's got, you know, standard courtesy lights that are up front. You can kind of see that one turning on and off there. But yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, behind me, hey, right here we got a whole nother compartment. Kind of forgot about that one. This here is like rods. I keep more rods in, so we got 11 rods there, we got 5 more rods here, so we got 16 rods in the boat total. This one back here is meant to hold 5 rods. It has like the 5, you know, where you put the butt end of the rod, and then it's got 5 up in there as well, which you can't quite see. But the navigation, the anchor light, which is your back to stern light, slides up in there, has the own hole for itself as well. But you always got to keep a paddle in your boat. You never know, what if your battery dies on your starting and your trolling, you know, at least you can paddle. Last ditch effort. I really like these tie down cleats that the boat comes with. I wish it had one more up front, kind of halfway or so, because it only comes with 2 on each side, which is decent, but I just wish it had one more of these cleats on each side. But pretty standard. It's an awesome boat. There's so much room. I've had 4 people in here fishing, and you know, a couple people that way, a couple people this way, and it's like you don't even know there's 4 people on the boat. It's crazy. But yeah, that just about sums it up. If I miss something, I'll cover it when I'm doing the trolling or whatnot. So that's what we're gonna move to. We're gonna move to starting the motor and trolling, and we'll just do it right now. This is a link remote, so the link systems run through the graph to the remote to the Altera up front. You can basically just power it off and then stow it right from the remote and everything. But so on the motor, this is a 90 horse Yamaha VMax. They call it a SHO, or super high output is what it stands for. And then here's the cool thing, you can hit stow, and then she's just gonna put herself away right there. Again, that's an Altera. So I'm gonna turn us around, get us out of here. I always like to put my kill switch on my shift handle, so I remember to put it on every time as I'm moving. The Wisconsin state law is if you are on more than a plane, or on plane or mower, you have to have your cord on. And I've gotten used to wearing it, and it feels weird when I'm driving without it even. So right here, I'm gonna come down to standard idle. Standard idle, you can't quite see it because it just, what, 900 RPMs or so. But you'll be able to hear the motor actually drop down as I decrease that RPM. So standard, I'm going about 2.7, 2.8 miles per hour right now. I'm gonna kick it down, listen really close to the motor. Did you hear it turn down? So now it's a little shaky, but it's supposed to happen when it's running very low RPMs. And you can see it kind of dropped down a little bit, maybe 700 somewhere in there. And now we're down to 2 miles an hour, 1.9 to, I would call that about as slow as it'll troll. 1.9, 1.8. Maybe get 7 if it was super calm or a little bit of wind blowing against you. Lots of variables go into that, but yeah, I mean, out here right now I got about a 3 to 5 mile an hour wind, very subtle wind. But yeah, we're running 1.9 on the lowest. As you bump it up, hear the motor increase. I'm doing 3.4, 3.5, 6, 7, so about 3.8 on as fast as it will go. I mean, besides twisting the throttle. So that's pretty cool. Now we're gonna do a top speed run, just kind of see what it is with just me in here. Recently I have had a typical top speed wide open 35 to 36 miles an hour, but we're gonna just, you know, show you what it looks like out on plane and everything here. I do have what they call a whale tail, or I don't know if people call them that sometimes, but a little tail on the back of it right there. What that does is it kind of just helps the boat plane out a little bit, and you can really fine tune your trimming when you trim up and to come out of the water. So I'm gonna get the drone back up in the air and do a flyby kind of thing here. That'll be fun. So right about that, you know, 35, 36 miles an hour like I was talking about. And one thing I forgot to mention is this boat does have a ladder. So any Alumacraft Competitor 175, 185 and up, you know, 205 on up, they do come with a ladder. So this is what the ladder looks like back here. It is there's gonna be three steps that come out, and then the one step on the top, and it just clips in. You do have the big, you know, side image transducer there. But I did forget to mention the ladder. So they do come with a ladder, and I think that's about it, guys. They do come with 3 chairs. You have your captain and then 2 more. You can always add more if you were to order one or whatnot. Another thing is that these chairs, the captain's chairs, are not mounted until the time of sale, until where you want it. At least the dealership I got it from. I got this boat from Wild River Sport and Marine in Trego. Awesome place. They got me a really nice deal, helped me out and whatnot. But so they mounted the seat when you know, once I got in the boat, got adjusted where I wanted to be at, where I felt comfortable. The seat does have some slide adjustment on it over here, so I can slide forward and back, so that gives you a little bit of leeway. But yeah, they usually don't mount the seat until you are there and you can feel comfortable where you're at. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Wisconsin Fisherman. Maybe you buy a boat, maybe you don't, but they are awesome. Even the Competitor with the steering wheel or the walk-through windshield, they're a great fishing boat. So like always, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Wisconsin Fisherman. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. It really helps me out. I really appreciate it. And like always, we'll see you next time.